After Vegeta got done smoking on that Kui pack, we cut back to Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma, who are working out their plan to collect the nearby Dragon Balls that have been showing up on the Dragon radar. During their discussion though, Gohan and Krillin's spider sense go off when they sense an extremely strong and evil presence heading right towards their position. They warn Bulma to go hide in a nearby cave as they duck down and hope whatever that's coming towards them doesn't notice their energy and decides to pay them a special visit. Now I really have to point out just how cool the Namek arc is, especially this beginning section, because the lead characters that we're following, while not powerless, are definitely not at the top of the tier list when it comes to strength. They are batting way out of their league on this planet, and the story recognizes this fact. And the tension and sense of anxiety that it's able to create as a viewer is top notch, and really keeps you wondering what is going to happen next at any given moment. Within a few seconds of them hiding, the powers that they were sensing make an appearance, and it was none other than the diabolical Frieza force, presumably making their way to the next Namekian village they can find to commit more war crimes to get their hands on another Dragon Ball. Gohan and Krillin are shook after sensing the power levels of everyone in that group, but especially the little dude in the scooter at the front. Boy, if they only knew. Operating off of no common sense and vibes alone, Krillin and Gohan decide to head the same direction as the Frieza force, hoping to reach the local Namekians before Frieza can and convince them to give them the Dragon Balls before Frieza arrives. Gohan and the Drip God head out, while Bulma wastes no time making a call over to Kame House and letting Roshi know that they're going to be needing reinforcements ASAP, because stuff is already about to jump off on Planet Namek, and they are desperately low on shooters. Master Roshi, big chillin' in his suit jacket and boxers, like say less. Gets off the phone with Bulma and heads over to the hospital with the quickness to Goku's location, letting him know that the bat signal is out and he's being summoned. Roshi rolls up to the hospital, hits Goku's room, and waits for Chi-Chi to walk out before he makes his request, because he already knows what type of timing she would be on if she knew what he was in there to ask her husband. With no time to lose, Roshi starts getting Goku up to speed with the situation on Namek, telling him how Bulma and the crew made it, but Vegeta has already been spotted on the planet as well and is up to devious antics. Not only that, but there's someone out there with a power level even greater than Vegeta's hanging out over there as well. Let's not forget that Roshi also makes sure he grabs a crazy handful of the nurse's yams while he's talking. Then after she peeps what happens, bro tells her that he talks with his hands and he must have slipped up. This old man is a walking court case, bro. I can't with him. Hearing about everything going on Namek makes Goku even more hasty to recover so he can get in the mix, but he still needs time to heal. Then out of nowhere, coming in clutch, Korin the God and Yajirobe arrive with a bag of Senzu beans. Goku eats one, recovers immediately, flexing one time and busting out of his entire full body cast. Somebody needs to tell me what Korin is cooking up in them beans, bro, because whatever he got in them bad boys cannot be legal, I promise you. The doctor, nurse, and everyone in the hospital starts looking at Goku in straight disbelief, as they should. Then bro just hops off the roof of the hospital, jumps on a cloud, and makes a beeline directly to Dr. Brief's house to see if the spaceship that he has been preparing is ready, so Goku can start making his journey to Namek as well. Goku rolls up on Bulma's house and is greeted by none other than my wife, Mrs. Briefs. She lets Goku know that she's pretty sure that the spaceship her husband's working on is not even close to being done yet, but they can walk over together and catch up while they check in about it. Mrs. Brief then starts gassing Goku up about how much Riz he has and tells Goku that his son must be a Riz god as well if he's a product of his Dragon Balls. Goku shuts his mouth real quick though, because he knows if any of this gets back to Chi-Chi, there's going to be a timeline shift and Goten is never going to be born. They make it to the ship and are greeted by Dr. Briefs. He lets Goku inside, shows Goku the control panel, the gravity training mechanism, and all the ship's details. Goku excitedly asks the doctor when it will be able to fly, and he tells him right now. Goku's mad confused at this point and tells him that he thought it wasn't close to being done. The doctor tells him that it isn't, that it's still missing the coffee maker. Goku tells the doctor to stop the cap right now and teach him the controls, because if he doesn't, his day one, his son, and Dr. Brief's daughter are going to end up a chalk outline somewhere on an alien planet. Wasting no more time, Dr. Brief teaches Goku what he needs, and Earth's #1 hitter heads to Namek. Meanwhile, back on Namek, Gohan and Krillin arrive just in time to spot the Frieza force pressing in local Namekian elders for the location of the final pair of Dragon Balls. Frieza is more than happy to tell them about the other green homies that didn't want to share their information either, so instead of giving up the balls, they gave up the ghost, and he's more than happy to give the same treatment to these fellas. Frieza then has Zarbon have a quick example, and Buddy is more than happy to help out. With as much zest as he can muster, Buddy flips in the air, teleports, then appears right behind one of the Namekian elders, snapping his neck and knocking dude a football field away. One of the other elder fights back and shoots a key blast, but Zarbon jumps out of the way, so that blast ends up smoking this random Frieza Force member, and I can't lie, it had me kind of weak. Buddy was probably like 1 day from retirement too.
Here today we later rest Nibbana. He was just 1 day away from retirement. May he now retire forever, since, you know, He's dead.
Zarbon floats in the air and smokes the other Namekian with his Zest beam. Dude gets cooked up and dies shortly after. Then after this, the Namekian hit squad arrives and are not happy about these invaders coming to their home and causing problems. Dodoria sizes them up with a scouter and starts roasting them about their power levels, and the whole Frieza force was out here yucking it up. But that didn't last long because them Namekian fellas don't play, and they were on the same type of time as the Earth Warriors, showcasing that they can raise and lower their power level after kicking one of the Frieza force so hard, dude became a permanent museum exhibit in one of the walls. The tide of the battle starts shifting quick after this, with the other Namekians powering up and absolutely dog walking the lower ranking members of the Frieza force. Where did Frieza find these bums, bruh? My man's gonna have to step up his recruitment plan, because if theirs are the type of dudes that you're paying money to join your ranks, you absolutely deserve every L you take. While they are distracted, Mori, the local Namekian elder with knowledge of the Dragon Ball, shoots Dodoria's scouter and destroys the ones on the faces of the now deceased Frieza force members as well, hoping that without these devices, the search for the rest of his people and the balls will take much longer to complete. Majin Buu's second cousin Dodoria starts losing his patience at this point and begins an attack on the remaining Namekians. Even though dude's got some size to him, he can move, but he teleports and puts his arm directly through the chest of one of the local Namekians, giving him a matching tattoo with Kui, who just got bobbed not too long ago. Then Dodoria elbows one of the other Namekians and shoots a mouth beam that completely engulfs this dude in blue flames and has him looking like Dr. Manhattan out here. After this, there's just one Namekian warrior remaining. Dude musters up every ounce of energy he has and shoots a key wave at Dodoria. It lights off a big explosion and dust flies everywhere. But as we all know by now, according to DBZ code section 2 subsection C, if you fire off an energy blast and look at the explosion, it's guaranteed your opponent will be absolutely fine and will emerge from the dust cloud looking like the main character. And exactly as the handbook commands, Dodoria emerges from the crater unscathed and gives this man a flying headbutt from the depths of hell looking like E Honda, plastering this dude directly to the wall. Zarbon always said Dodoria's head game was ridiculous. Guess he wasn't kidding. By this point, Frieza himself is growing impatient. Zarbon tells Dodoria that they don't even really need the scouters to track down the balls or the Namekians. Frieza agrees and tells Dodoria that he's good to smoke the final elder as well as the Namekian children. Mori the elder prepares to fight. He tells the small Namekian children to run for help while he'll do everything in his power to hold them off as long as he can. Dodoria fires off a mouse blast and it flies directly past Mori, but Dodoria didn't miss. He was aiming at one of the kids. The beam hits him and instantly takes out one of the Namekian children. The other Namekian kid is the homie Dende, who, as we know, becomes an extremely significant character as the story progresses. Dende attempts to heal the other child, but it's too late. Mori is staring at the whole situation in disbelief, and while he's distracted, Dodoria makes his way behind him, grips his neck, and in one motion twists it, snapping Mori's neck and ending his life instantly. And don't forget, Krillin and young Gohan are watching this whole snuff film from the cliffside because they know if they make a peep, Dodoria is going to have no problem popping their tops like a Pringles can either. By this point, if you don't understand why Gohan is so scared at this time and how it impacted his view of fighting and conflict, I really don't know what to tell you. This little boy is out here in the middle of the battlefield witnessing literal war crimes, and you still got people like, bro, why is Gohan crying all the time? If that was me, I would have tossed Dodoria salad, but I'm different. Alright, buddy, yeah, you keep telling yourself that too. But back to the matter at hand, Gohan reaches his breaking point watching everything that's happened, and moments before Dodoria can take out Dende, Gohan kicks the man straight into a local house. The look of pure surprise on Zarbon and Frieza's face almost took me out when little homie jumped off to clap this man. You could tell that they just wanted to ask, whose man is this? But Gohan didn't even give him the chance to process it. After Dodoria picked his jaw up off the ground, he makes his way to Gohan, but before he can do that, Krillin bops him again. But unlike Gohan, Krillin knows damn well that this W is temporary, and if they ever want to see Earth's surface again, they need to take this little green boy and head out yesterday. And that's exactly what they do. Krillin picks up Dende and they fly off, doing everything they can to leave Dodoria in the dust. Krillin hits the Michelin Man with a hood classic, the solar flare, buying them some time, and they start gaining distance from the dude so they can hide on a local piece of land. Dodoria searches for a bit, but since he can't read energy, he has no luck, so instead dude tries to nuke the whole area and proceeds to dip. Bro is just as sloppy as his appearance. Man didn't confirm the kill, check for bodies, nothing. Just shot the trash key blast and assumed the job was done. I'm really starting to question Frieza's judgment on his employees, y'all, because some of these dudes are hot trash. As Dodoria tries to make his way back to Frieza's side, he gets ambushed out of nowhere and knocked into the water. As dude catches his breath and stands up, who else does he see but Lord Vegeta-sama, with his arms crossed greeting him with the smuggest smile you've ever seen. I know I roast this man, but it's good to see him because whenever bro's on screen, you know something mad entertaining is about to happen. Vegeta and Dodoria chop it up for a little bit, with Dodoria running at the mouth about how he's going to offer Vegeta an ultimatum. If Vegeta hands over a scouter and leaves the planet, Dodoria will be willing to overlook his transgressions and not beat him into the concrete, but only this one time. Vegeta had me weak though, because he was ready with the clap back, telling him that he forgot that Dodoria and Zarbon relied on the scouters to help make sure they never lose sight of Frieza's ass crack to stick their nose in. Bro's a menace, man. You got no choice but to let Namek Saga Vegeta cook. Vegeta then throws down a scouter like he's going to go along with Dodoria's request. Then as Dodoria inches closer, he crushes it underneath his heel. Dodoria can't believe the type of disrespect this man is on right now. Him being willing to do this lets him know that the prince is on something different. Vegeta reminisces briefly with Dodoria, telling him about how he learned to sense power levels on Earth, making it so he doesn't need these useless gadgets anymore. Dodoria threatens Vegeta one more time to run away, but Vegeta already smells the bitch in the air and is coming straight from Dodoria's direction. Vegeta tells Dodoria that he already knows he's shook after sensing what Vegeta did to Qui, and that he knows he's on the chopping block next. And the series of events that precedes this moment are absolutely tragic. Alright y'all, let's count the number of things Dodoria does just absolutely awful at this point in time to let us know he's going to take an L before the fight's even over. 1. Dude starts complaining that his old scouter was malfunctioning when it read Vegeta's power level back then. The minute you start talking about your scouter not working, you're cooked. Number 2, he busts out the fan favorite. That's right, everybody knows we're talking about the trademark Vegeta Energy Blast Volley. Dude begins firing off rapid fire ki blast at Vegeta's direction after realizing Buddy has no plans on running from this fight. But Dodoria catches an even more major L, because before he can even look at the blast to confirm that Vegeta is now the main character, Vegeta warps behind him, grabs his arms, and gets Dodoria in position to receive the craziest back shots of his life. I promise you, the level of disrespect from Vegeta here is absolutely off the charts. Even if Dodoria somehow made it out of this in one piece, he would never be the same low-key. And finally, number 3 on the list of things that let us know Dodoria is a dead man walking, bro tries to bargain. The minute you start offering somebody money or you offer to switch sides to help them out in DBZ, you might as well hang up the jersey, cause your rap career is over. But Dodoria tries it anyway. Moments before Vegeta is ready to fold homie like a lawn chair after a summer cookout, Dodoria tells Vegeta that if he doesn't cook him, he'll tell him about the true fate of planet Vegeta that had been kept secret all these years. Dodoria informs Vegeta that it wasn't a meteorite that crashed into the planet like they had been told all those years ago, but Frieza, fearing the Saiyan uprising, decided to nip things in the bud and wipe out the whole planet. Discount Boo gets done with the story, and then he looks over at Vegeta like, you gonna let me go, right? And Vegeta looks up at him like, bro, you must be playing. Vegeta tells him that he's wiping them out, not because all the Saiyans that he killed are on some revenge for his people type energy, but because he and Frieza thought they could lie to him and have him looking crazy while they were out here doing whatever they want. Then Vegeta blows dude away with a generic energy wave, and man didn't even get to get taken out by a brand name move. You really hate to see it. After he wipes out Dodoria, Vegeta makes his way to a nearby Namekian village. Vegeta tells him that he's here for the Dragon Balls, he's not leaving without it. Man then points his finger at one of the Namekians and shoots out a literal spirit gun and kills dude instantly. Then for absolutely no reason, dude just starts maniacally laughing for a good minute. While the whole village stands around him posted up, wondering how many perk 30s this dude must be off of to be acting this strange. Then the Namekians do everything they can. They try to attack Vegeta, play dumb, pretend they don't know where the Dragon Balls are, but it's no use. Eventually, Vegeta kills every man and child in the village, only leaving one of the elders alive. Before he takes out the last elder, Vegeta senses energy in a nearby building. He blows the building and the Namekians in at the Kingdom Come, and it's revealed that this is the room where the Dragon Balls have been hiding. Vegeta smiles evilly to himself and throws the ball to a nearby body of water, hiding it so that even if Frieza collects all the rest of the balls, there's a slim chance that he's going to be able to find this one himself. Bro, the whole scene really reminded me just how much character progression Vegeta goes through as the series ages. When I was younger, if you would have told me that this 3'9" war criminal with a 5 head would become the hero of the story later and become just as respected of Goku in his own right, I would have told you to put down the pipe and leave me alone. The guy we see here on Namek feels damn near irredeemable at times when we see everything that he's done. So Toriyama's ability to write this character in a way that makes him someone viewers grow to love and even sympathize with is a testament to his talent. While Vegeta is wrapping up his Geneva Convention violations, Goku is wrapping up his training in 20 times gravity to move on to something with even higher pressure. But in between his beast mode grind set, he gets a FaceTime call from King Kai, and it's from all his homies that hit the big one from the throwdown on the earth. Yamcha, Tien, Chiaotzu, and even Piccolo all made it to King Kai's place and chopped it up on the line for a bit with Goku before their own training regimen with Bubbles and Gregory went underway. While this family reunion reunion is happening, Bulma, Gohan, and Krillin explain to Dende their reasons for showing up on the planet and their desire to wish their friends back to life, and this would help in turn bring back their Dragon Balls on Earth as well. Sensing that they could be trusted, he asks them to team up and tells them that he wants to take them to the Elder Guru, the wisest of all Namekians who are sure to have a plan on how to save everyone. Dende informs them that he is the Guru's 108th child and the Elder Guru has been on the planet for the longest. After hearing about the Guru birthing all the Namekians on the planet, Bulma asks for a major pause on the situation and wants to know about what kind of woman is able to birth that many kids. Dende stares blankly at her for a moment, telling her he's lost and that bro doesn't even know what a female is for real. He tells her that there's only one type of Namekian out there and they make Namekian kids by dropping eggs out their mouths. It was at this point that I completely understood why King Piccolo was on demon time at the beginning of the series. If I came from a race with absolutely zero females, I would be chronically pissed and ready to commit atrocities too. And here we have our setup, homies. Vegeta and Lord Frieza are on the race for the Dragon Balls on a crash course for conflict. Gohan and Krillin are making their way to the Elder Guru for advice on how to navigate the conflict that threatens to destroy the entire planet, and Goku's on the Sigma grind set working to prepare for the fight of his life. Hope y'all are ready, because on the next episode, Vegeta finally comes face to face with Zarbon in a wild beatdown you're not going to want to miss. Be easy, everybody, and I'll talk to you in the next video.